Here we go then. Hands. Touching hands. Reaching out. Touching me. Touching you. Sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good. Come on, sing with me, Ryan. I've been inclined to believe they never were. Oh, no, no. You alright, mate? How you getting on?
Would you rather have cheddar cheese for knees, or a talking dog that only speaks in Portuguese? Or to make yourself feel really dry, would you towel dry between your thighs, or dangle out your knackers in the breeze? You are listening to Knackers in the Breeze podcast with me, Ryan.
And me, bigger and better Baz. I don't know what's better. I've got a better coat on.
What's bigger?
Nothing. My ego. My inflated sense of self-worth. I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome to Knackers in the Breeze. How the fucking devil are you?
I'm fine. It's much better weather than last time. The beast from the east has gone back east.
It's a very British thing to talk about the weather, isn't it? Straight
West
away.
is the best.
West is the best. In light of all this Russia nonsense in the news, West is... We're not political.
East is poison, but they've brought it here.
Or have they? Or fucking have they?
Controversial.
Oh my god. Should we get into conspiracies at some point?
I feel like we're not like a big enough country to do actually these controversies and like.
And we're not.
Oh, is it us? Yeah, well, we're too boring.
Literally nobody cares about us as well. We are one of the smallest countries on the planet.
We're shaking our fish at Russia, going, "Oh, we love you," and they're like, "No, you won't."
Like that classic image of a sort of a big giant, or just a normal man holding back a midget, like grabbing by the
It's
forehead.
like David and Goliath, but
Yes.
we're like the ant from A
No,
Bug's
but
Life
we used-
versus Goliath.
We used to be Goliath though,
We used to.
but we're talking a few hundred years ago, and now nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Who cares? And also, what's interesting is that like all the youths that have grown up in Britain don't even have the patriotic feel that they would have had a generation ago. Even we don't defend our own standing. We're like,
I still don't even know when St George's Day is. St Patrick's Day is like a piss up. So celebrate that.
and I know,
Wear a bit of green.
Do you know what? That's
look in my family tree and go, someone has to be Irish so I can claim it.
Yeah, and everybody's a little bit Irish when it comes to Paddy's Day. You're like, oh yeah, I'm a little bit Irish.
Yeah. My Ryan is an Irish name, so
Well,
I can just claim that.
I've genuinely got an Irish link. Have I told you about this?
Oh, go for it.
Mulvey, right?
Sounds Irish already.
My mum's dad, so my granddad, apparently, well, his dad was apparently the first person in Ireland to get a light bulb, and he used to call him Bull Mulvey.
That was a good idea.
It was
He had a bright idea there, didn't he?
But I don't know if that story is complete and utter bullshit, or if it's... I don't know.
When was it?
No idea.
1983? What you got there? Got a light bulb. What's that? Oh, it's bright.
Oh,
It's like the sun.
Eat it! No, it's for lighting.
Any Irish listeners? We apologise.
1985.
We know it's much later than that.
The first light bulb, and he probably crumbled it into his drink and then fucking necked it down him. Never found out.
It's light beer now. Like the Americans drink.
I like the crunch. He never found out what it really did. But he
Oh, what's
definitely
that? Oh, I bite down on it. It's good crack.
Grandad, if you're still alive and you listen to this, wherever you are, fuck you. I don't know why I said that. I love him. I love him. He knows I love him, don't you?
Wherever you are, what do you want to say to him?
Bull Mulvey. If I've got a question for Bull Mulvey, because I've never actually met the guy, would be Bull Mulvey, if that's even your real name. Fucking write in and let me know if you really did have the first light bulb, or if it's just a story that gets passed down our family.
Would it be like a feature we could do of contacting the dead, get a Ouija board and contact maybe dead relatives who want to ask some questions into the Would You Rather?
I'm happy to go there.
podcast.
I'm happy to do that. I have to do that. I would love to get a little Ouija. But then the place that we record in is a beautiful wooden chalet.
Yeah.
Some would call it a shed. I'd call it a beautiful chalet summer house.
Shedley.
It's a shed lay. I wouldn't want to make that haunted or demonise it in any way.
No, but it'd be your granddad and he'd tell you about the light bulb.
Would he though?
Sitch.
He'd tell me one letter at a time, and then throw some numbers in. I wouldn't know what he's talking about. He's probably pissed. He wouldn't be able to write correctly.
INTHER. Oh, you're spelling out Republic of Ireland. Bloody hell. Hurry up, Grandad. Come on.
Come on, Grandad. Is that right? I don't know if it's racist or not. It's affectionate, if anything, is what it is. We're talking to him on his level. Welcome to Knackers in the... Let's go back to weather. Right?
Weather.
Less racist, dead people, right? Weather, beautiful weather, sun is out, the summer tunes are on.
Summer's on.
It's hard to listen to.
Got a bit of reggae beats going.
Yeah. When it's sunny, it's hard.
Sublime.
You don't want to listen to quite negative things, do you? Really, you want to listen to something a bit heavy, a bit with a jungle beat, a bit of a reggae
bit
vibe,
of uplifting. Really, that's like German techno.
It was, yeah. I spent a lot of time in gay clubs recently. It's in me.
Just sitting in the corner observing.
Just observing. I'm Louis Theroux. Trying to learn about these people and their culture.
The felt. No, I won't.
The what? Sorry.
The felching.
Oh, felching. Well, this came up earlier. Pardon the pun. And was there one? And it turns out that felching. I learned this earlier. That felching has its own Wikipedia entry. I didn't realise it was that mainstream of a thing. And if you don't know what felching is, ask Alexa, ask Google, ask Siri. Google it.
As my dad did when my two friends from university and my girlfriend came over. And I think it was like the second question he asked Google.
That's the thing. It's like,
okay, Google, what's felching?
I mean, Google,
which is a strange thing to ask anyway.
It has the answer probably to most questions you can ask it, other than deep philosophical ones. You know, what is the meaning of life? Even then, it probably has an answer. But you can ask it anything from any time. It knows everything essentially. And the second question he asked it is, what's felching?
He already knew.
Oh, I know. Oh, I bet he did. I bet he did.
He'd had a wine.
I bet he did. And if you don't know what felching is, I'm not going to discuss it here.
Look it up. It's fine.
Just look it up. Just look. If you don't know what it is,
ask Google. Ask Alexa.
FELCHING.
Something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Felching.
And it's not a place in East Asia.
Felching. You can spend a year in Felching. Yeah.
It was the 5th century AD. It was the Felching dynasty.
The food's a bit... There's lots to be desired. And the view was shit. But no, but other than that, very warm, very comforting.
Right, what have we got? Well, we've got a little review from the father of Would You Rather from the question his girlfriend posed us.
I always like a review. Could you remind me of that question?
It was the Would you rather sleep with one of your parents or two of your parents, or watch them every day?
That was awful, is what it was. That was the most weird, one of the weirdest questions, I think.
That's strange.
Yeah, it's really...
Kelly, if you're listening, very messed up.
Go to counselling.
You're welcome on this podcast.
There's a seat that's empty right next to us right now, and it's yours, Kelly.
But
take a long hard look at yourself in the mirror.
Paul has sent us a review in of his take on how we did.
If he's not on our side, I'm going to be pissed off.
Hello, Ryan and Barry. I thought I'd leave you a little review, not that you asked for it, but having listened to episode 7 of Knackers in the Breeze, which was entitled 50 Shades of Cheese or something like that, I thought I'd give you my thoughts. You asked for feedback, this is some feedback. First 10 minutes, essentially a weather report, but nice to know your thoughts on the weather that we all experience. That's always good. Podcast regularity, becoming more regular. Pooing like a champ, I believe Ryan referred to it as, which I approve of. Nice turn of phrase. Thank you also for not so subtly implying that my girlfriend has deep psychological issues and wishes to have sex with her parents. That was nice to hear. Though I suspect you're right, I object to the public accusation. With regards to her question, I think that it depends. You know, there are variations, aren't there? So if to have sex with your parents means a slap a tit, Pinkie and the Stinkie, just, you know, that's it. That's done, dusted. You can forget about it forever. It's an option, isn't it? I'm not saying it's desirable, but it's an option. Yeah, I like Barry. I appreciate that you acknowledge your self-proclaimed large ego and low self-esteem. But the podcast it works because it's balanced by lovely, endearing self-deprecation, and it makes the lack of content tolerable.
The glowing review.
Was it positive? Was it negative? We'll never know. What I will say, there's a thing he said there that I think even he glossed over.
Pinkie and the Stinkie.
Pinkie and the Stinkie. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And he was talking about his parents there.
Pinkie, and he made out that Pinkie and the Stinkie, and you forget about it, move on. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if that Pinkie and, I don't know. Is that something you could move on?
I need more detail from him, I think. Pinkie and the Stinkie, you move on. It's like, is that? Does he do it in his standard practice?
It must be a move of his that came to his mind. It's obviously that's one of his key moves.
Pinkie and the Stinkie.
Quick, Pinkie and the Stinkie. Pinkie and the Stinkie. It's awful. The name is worse than the act, for once. From the rare things, like felching. Again, it's a bad name for a bad act. But Pinkie and Stinkie is just awful. And there's nothing sexy about that name at all.
Is there something sexy about the act, though?
No, I wouldn't have thought
Pinkie
so.
and your Stinkie, would you rather the two finger, the index in the middle?
It's more powerful.
It's powerful.
There's more intent to please.
You probably get your arm in there as well. Like,
I mean, there's definitely more intent there, but probably more intent to hurt.
Pinkie, I feel like
rather than
it
please.
might snap a bit, break, cause a fracture.
But yeah, I guess you have to sort of train your pinky out to get to that point, which I'm sure Paul's done.
Yeah.
His pinky can handle any stinky at this point.
well,
There's no stinky.
He has quite a powerful anus, so...
And you practice on his own anus.
Yeah.
I imagine, yeah. I imagine he probably does. There's only one way to find out, though. And that's let us know how you practice your pinky and the stinky technique.
Anyway, welcome to Knackers in the Breeze.
Thank you, though. Can I just say, feedback is always welcomed. It really is, because how can we improve if we don't, look in the mirror? And sometimes when you look in the mirror, you don't see your own flaws. Only other people can tell you your flaws, and that's what he's done. In a beautiful way, we can only get better with his help. Thank you, Paul.
Things can only get better.
I was ready to carry on singing
I
that. By
don't
the
know.
way.
I don't know.
This cheeky little question. We've got a little would you rather from Chris. He's contributed before. He's an aged contributor. I don't mean he's old. I just mean he's contributed quite a few times. This is a question from him. I haven't heard it before. He sent me quite a few, so I was going to pick a random one.
Would you rather be good looking or really funny?
Well,
Best of both worlds,
Best of
mate.
both worlds, yeah! Alright, that one's ended.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Right, I have a question that is not unique for me. I got this from BuzzFeed. I know I shouldn't have done.
I've heard of them.
But this is not a would you rather.
Okay.
This is a dilemma.
Oh. Well, a would you rather is a dilemma. You've
it's
gone
a
to the
dilemma.
core.
There's
of
no would
what
you
it
rather.
is.
It's what would you do, basically.
It's similar. It's very similar.
And I have printed it out, so
Lots of
if I sound
Ds.
like I'm clearly reading off something, it's because I actually am.
Well, it just means you can't fuck this one up.
Okay, it's from a BuzzFeed article. It's called 9 Moral Dilemmas That Will Break Your Brain.
9.
9, but there's only one.
Okay.
And this was the only good one, I think.
Okay. So you've done a bit of research and a bit of prep for this episode.
I've
which
got
I really
notes down here
You've
for
done notes?
what I think
Fuck
you would
off.
say, and I'd have comebacks for them.
What you think I would say?
You think this is an unprofessional podcast? This is really professional.
What you think
I've got
I would
notes.
say?
Yeah,
So-
I've got retorts for
You've
them.
got witty retorts for what you
Not witty ones, but just actual retorts.
So what if I don't say what you're trying to say?
I'll bring them up anyway. And I'll make it seamless.
Well, the thing is, I am going.
Like I haven't actually made notes, but I have admitted.
I am going to say what you probably think I'm going to say.
Right,
to be
okay,
honest
right.
with you. But I don't know what this
Will
is.
you though? Will you?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Okay.
You've been on a cruise for 2 days when there's an accident that forces everyone on board to abandon ship.
Sure.
During the evacuation, one of the boats is damaged, leaving it with a hole that fills it with water.
Yep.
You figure that with 10 people on the boat, you can keep a boat afloat by having 9 people scoop the filling water out by hand for 10 minutes while the 10th person rests.
Yep. Definitely.
After that person's 10-minute rest, he or she will get back to work while another person rests, and so on.
Sure.
This should keep the boat from sinking long enough for a rescue team to find you, as long as it happens within 5 hours.
All right.
You're taking your first break when you notice your best friend in a sound lifeboat with only 9 people in it, and he beckons you to swim over and join them so you won't have to keep bailing out water. If you leave the people sinking in the boat, they will only be able to stay afloat for 2 hours instead of 5, decreasing their chance of being rescued but securing yours. What would you do?
Wow. That's a good question. You didn't come up with this. You were getting.
I didn't know. It's BuzzFeed.
That's really good.
I'm sourcing them.
I've got a question. My first thought was when I suddenly saw my friend who was in the boat, and I thought, "Fuck, this is space."
Yeah.
How many people are on the boat?
9. It says 9 people are on the boat.
9 in total.
So if you go on there, you'll be the 10th. But
No.
boat-
On the boat that I'm scooping water out from.
so you're the 10th person on that boat, and if you leave, there'll be 9 people, which
Right.
means they're going to have to continuously scoop out water, and none of them are going to get a rest. So
For
they're going
5
to
hours.
they're going to get knackered, not in the breeze. They're going to get tired
Okay.
within 2 hours.
Okay, I got a question. Are they using their hands or have they got pots and pans or condoms?
Whatever they have, they're bailing out.
Big hats.
And if you guys do it, all 10 of you, and one of them gets a rest, you'll be able to survive the 5 hours.
Right. This is my key question. It all hinges on this, I think. They're all busy scooping the water out, okay? It's my rest. I'm resting, right? I then see, let's say you're in the boat. Oh shit, it's what the fuck in the boat? Oh, there's a space. You're going, oh, get in the fucking boat. But you're not saying it, you're just pointing. Oh, there's a space.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
exactly what's happening.
Shit, there's a space. Are they so preoccupied in scooping the water out with their big condoms and hats and pots and pans? Are they that they're not looking at me?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. If they
They will see you leave. They will
Okay.
see you going towards a boat that's pointing to me going, I know you. Come here.
Oh, so they can see you as well.
Yeah. It's swimming distance, so it's not like a mile
so
away.
you're
but
out that way. You're like where they can
Well,
see.
I don't know. I don't know boats, but maybe
'Cause
like
I'm
100
thinking-
meters away. What's a good swimming distance? 50 meters.
For me,
100 meters.
20 to
50.
30
Yeah.
meters. So what I was thinking was, right, if I'm resting, I go, I'm just going for a wee, everyone.
So immediately you're thinking of the selfish option.
Yes, but I'm thinking, right, everyone, you're doing a great job. I'm just going for a quick wee. I turn around to go for a wee to the toilet, which hasn't flooded yet. And I go, oh my god, it's right out
There's
there.
a toilet. It's like a lifeboat.
Oh, we're on lifeboats?
Yeah.
I'm not on Titanic.
No. This is you're maybe like on the Titanic where there's lifeboats.
Oh, fuck me in that
the
case.
cruise ship has already sank.
I'm going...
You're not bailing water out of the fucking cruise ship. That wouldn't
Okay.
take 10 people.
I've got another question.
Right,
Another
alright,
question.
go for it,
Okay, I
go
got
for
another question. If I chose to go to you, which I'll be honest with you, my heart is saying yes.
I'm such an inviting person anyway.
Yeah, you're a great guy. Cheese.
You'd
cheese
immediately
all
kick me off the raft, but you'd join my
It's like, he's got
lifeboat.
week's 5 knob cheese between those legs. We can feast on that for days. So if I'm like, oh, there's one, there's a space. Will they follow me and try and drag me? Will they drag me back? Or
That's the
anything?
question. I don't know. I don't know. Would they be even?
Okay, I tell you what,
They
no.
probably won't even be able to follow you because they're bailing the water out.
Do you know what? This is the key question. Fuck all the other questions. This is key. Who are these people? Are they randoms?
You don't know.
Are they my family?
Yeah, they're randoms.
They're randoms? Then fuck these people, because I know people. If they had the same opportunity, they wouldn't even think twice. They'd be gone. No, I've got.
Okay, so you turn to like the children on the boat, just going.
Are there
"Fuck
children on
you
the boat?
guys."
Are there children
There
on the
might
boat?
be.
Well, you're adding that in now. In my head,
It's a
they're-
cruise ship.
Oh,
It might be children on the boat, and you're going, nah, fuck you guys.
I-
You can all drown, whilst I
Could I
secure
pick
my
a
own
child
selfish.
up and try and swim them to the boat?
How are you gonna do that? No, because the boat you're going on can only like
It can't hold a small child.
hold 10 people.
Oh, not 10 and a small child.
I'm not thinking of actual logistics here. This is the question. The boat says it can hold 10
Christ.
people.
Basically, I don't want to admit that I'm a
So
horrible person.
there's going to be an 11th, and it might be a child which might sink everyone.
I don't want to admit that I'm a horrible person.
Right.
I really don't. But my heart is going. And also, I don't know how certain a boat is coming. Like, how certain am I that a lifeboat is coming? When is the lifeboat coming?
No, those are the 2 lifeboats.
Okay, but when
within
is like
5 hours.
When is a rescue boat coming?
We're not certain, but within 5 hours there will be.
Within 5 hours.
Yeah.
We know.
Or maybe on the Titanic they said like 4 hours away.
It's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
maybe they warned everyone. Like
We-
5 hours there
We've
will
run
be
out
someone
flares.
here.
We've fired all the flares up. No one's doing shit. We've done the radio. We'll be 4 hours.
Well, on the Titanic they messaged people going, "Please rescue us," and they go, "We'll be 4 hours," and they were like, "We're not going to last."
We
4
ain't
hours.
got 4 hours, mate. Okay,
Was-
well,
was
in
it
that
li-
film, I know that some of them definitely took the boat option. They ran out and gone on the boat. I would. Oh God, I don't want to be that horrible person, but if I've got a chance, I would leave those suckers behind. I'd leave my pot and my pan to scoop the water out. I go, mate, hold these two. I'm going for a wee. I would then jump over them into the.
You're going for a
sea.
wee, but someone's beckoning you over there, and you're going to leave us all to drown.
I tell you what I do. This is what I do. This is fucking brilliant. This is great. Everyone's a winner. I go to your boat, right? I swim all the way. I go, everyone, don't worry, it's okay. They're like, fuck
All the children are going, yeah.
The children are going, oh, where are you going? I go, don't worry, you'll see. I go to your boat and I go, guys, let's go back to that boat, right? I'll paddle us back to the other boat, right? And then we've got 2 boats together, and we'll take it in turns to swap people.
Right,
from
this
boat
is one of my notes I made.
Fuck off!
So I thought there'll be 3 options.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
3
all help each
options
other.
of the I'm not going to be selfish. Fuck you all up.
okay. That was my initial go-to.
Right, so my 3 options were the other passengers. It might be like the Titanic, because is it like women and children first?
Yeah.
Do you just say, you see me beckoning over and just go, no, take one of the children,
That wasn't my
or
first
take
thought,
one of the
basically.
women? But I was thinking, is that a bit sexist nowadays?
Well, they weigh less in theory, so
In
I'm like,
Titanic
no.
days, the women were happy to go, yeah, we'll go.
Now they go.
But now in the feminist days,
Don't just assume that I would want to go.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, you never know.
Another one would be a democratic decision. So
So I
maybe you talk to everyone on the boat, and they kind of like, you have to
but
decide
they wouldn't choose
if
me.
you're worthy
But
to
they
go
would
on
go
the
for
other boat.
I mean, as they should, they'd go for the women and children.
Yeah, so
All
you
of a
might have
sudden.
to democratically go.
Well,
Well,
the thing is,
if there's 3 children on the boat, which child?
well, the thing is, in the last episode, Josh kicked me off the raft with just me and you. So if I'm on a raft with any women and children or any other people,
Would you still be trying
chances
to
are
pick
I'd be
yourself? Or?
kicked off. I'll be honest with you, my first thought was yes, it's me. But if there are women and children on there, I like to think I'd be backing them.
But if there's like 3 children, how would you be democratic of those children? Would you be like, who can play the violin? Who's the most intelligent? Or would you just be, let's do it at random?
Who speaks French? Who speaks German? I don't know. I really.
Who speaks German? Right, you're off.
You wasted your time, so you're off. I'd probably go. Yeah, that's a tough one. How would I pick? I'd probably have to go for like a coin toss or something. I'm like, right, okay, or maybe go duck, duck, goose. Duck, duck, goose.
You understand this, kids. If you're goose, you survive.
If you're goose.
If you're a duck, you'll have to swim.
If you're a goose, you're going to swim to that other raft. But the ideal option is, as you've apparently made notes of, is let's go. I'll go over there. I'll go. Listen, right, mate. Just so you know, we're really struggling over there. We're trying to get the water out. There's got 4 or 5 hours to go till the boat comes. Tell you what we do. You bring a boat over to us, and we'll all shift together.
That is my 3rd option.
Yeah.
I've got both boats cooperating, multiple
Yes.
rests.
That is what we'll do. That is what we'll do.
So I'll be backing you over, going, come here, survive, and you'd come over and go, no, we all need to survive. You row your boat over, and we can all cooperate.
What's stop you going? No, we're rowing to land.
Well, that's true, but I mean,
I'll convince you.
I feel like people aren't going to go, no, we won't row over there and let them drown. All the kids, no, fuck you guys.
Yeah, you
I
would.
feel like that
You'd
would
come
be
over, yeah.
a suitable thing of like, they all row over, we'll take it in turns. There's not only one person resting, but what, 11? Is that the maths? I don't know. Yeah, 11.
That is the best option.
It's just logistics of getting off the boat into another boat, but
Yeah,
that's
but we could
a
do
way
that.
everyone could survive.
We
I
could do
think.
that. That's brilliant. And can I ask you, was that your thought as well?
I'll do that one where
That's great.
go over to another
Can I
boat.
just think-
Just like,
I'm
we can all work
a
together.
bit upset that didn't occur to me straight away. My first thought was, fuck you, I'm going.
Fuck you
back.
guys, fuck you children.
It really was.
Brown.
It was. And I feel sorry. I'm bad. I feel bad about that. But when I worked through the problem, that became actually that is probably what I would do in the long run. You know, give me 10 minutes to work through the problem. We can all survive actually here. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Because here's the thing: if I survived with you on your boat, and then 3 days later, I see a boat coming into shore, and I go, "What the fuck's that? Is that?" Oh my god, it's them. They've survived. and I left them 4 days ago. Oh shit.
Why are their eyes burning and all looking at me?
They look really unhappy. I don't understand
Have got
why.
pitchforks. How do I
so,
get pitchforks?
so maybe my decision is led again by selfishness, but I don't want to be seen to be the selfish deserter. So I would go, let's all pull together. We'll all survive. We'll all laugh about this one day.
Your kids died.
Okay, Okay, right. So as you know, I've been doing a little bit of local radio training. I'm in a little bit of a course that they offer, where they teach you how to use the equipment, the board. You know how to fade in, fade out, choose songs, how to talk into the mic, which you can hear now. Obviously, I'm doing a great job. Yeah, all the little tricks you don't know when you listen. Sounds like they're just sitting there chatting shit. It's an art.
Which we are.
We are. This is not radio. There's an art, there's an art to it. And one day, I'm going to get my own show, right? One day, I'm not.
How soon are we expecting?
It'd be a long while actually, because
And what station and how can we listen?
I'll let you know in due course, because I don't really know, but once I finish my course and I know how to do the radio, and they trust me to answer calls and make sure it's not dead.
Don't know if I trust you.
No, I don't either. I'm not ready yet. And then once I finish my
with
training,
the answers you've given recently. Don't know if you're allowed out in public.
Beyonce is my first guest. So I will get my own show. But one thing, there's a big difference in radio and podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
You've mentioned knob cheese and things like that in previous episodes. You've mentioned some horrible things. Radio, you can't mention knob cheese, really. No. If people are driving home from work at 5 p.m, you can't be talking about having sex with your own mum and dad, all that kind of stuff. Think back.
So what's the point of being on radio?
It's a very good point. It's the joy of broadcasting to nice people that don't like to hear about all the horrible stuff that you're into. Nice people. They want to hear about the news, a little bit of light chat, a little bit of celeb gossip, and a few fun games. That's what they want, and that's what I will give them.
I'm still confused. Why would people not want to be listening about knob cheese and fucking their own parents?
That's one thing you'll never understand. That's why, that's why you will never be on the show. You're not fit for daytime radio. But I'm going to use you as a bit of a soundboard, and all I want you to do is let me know: is it good? Is it bad? Would it work on local radio? On real daytime drive time show radio? Would it work? I don't know. So these are two that I came up with earlier.
Podcast.
It doesn't work.
Nah.
I'll tell you why it doesn't work. Because I'm playing a bit of a pun there on a song. A famous
Right.
Radio true. Radio nah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So these are kind of things you would hear on local radio.
That's all we hear is.
I'm gonna trial these with you, and all I want is your honest opinion. Is it shit? Let me know. If it's crap, let me know. If it's great, let me know, and I'll put it on my show in the future. Okay. Well, here's the opening jingle.
All we hear is radio true, radio nah.
Okay. It might need a bit of work. Right, so that's that it didn't take too long to do. Okay, so that was this. Well, you're listening to Radio Choo Choo, Radio Nana, every day at 3. Okay, so right, so the game goes a bit like this. I've got 3 facts about radio. They're all radio themed. I want you to tell me: is it true, or is it nah? So if it's true, just go true, and if it's false, if you think it's false, go nah. So that's all I want from you. Yeah, and this is the game. This is what I would do on the real radio. Okay, so this is the right. Yeah, here we go. Right. So I kind of say, imagine in the real show, I'd have a caller calling in theory.
Right.
And they're trying to do this quiz. Okay. So first question: is this true or nah?
Hi Barry, big fan of the show.
Big fan of the show. I've been listening for weeks.
Driving time.
And what's your name, listener?
It's Ryan.
Ryan, very good, very original there. Okay, so Ryan, this question. Okay, is this true or nah? Jimmy Savile is
Start lightly, Barry.
This is a genuine question. Jimmy Savile is responsible for all dance and electronic music as we know it today.
Nah.
You're saying no. Are you? You're saying no.
All electronic dance music.
Let me tell you a little something. I tell you what. I don't know how the feature will work on the radio, but let's go through the 3 questions and then we'll go back. We'll revisit. So, Jimmy Savile, responsible for dance music and electronic music as we know it today. You're saying
Definitely responsible for some things.
He was responsible.
Or irresponsible, depending on your outlook.
Okay, so you're saying no. I'll let you know by the end. Right, so number 2, radio. The word radio stands for ranging, aerial, diameting, interlacing oscillations. True or nah?
True.
Okay, we will.
I feel like if you did make that up, then fucking well done.
We will revisit that question. You'll find out. Lucky listeners at home, we'll find out. Okay, well, let's see if Ryan is lucky. And the 3rd question. Terry Wogan asked to be buried with a microphone and a fully working transmitter in his
Shoved
coffin.
up his arse. Sorry, go on.
with a microphone and a fully working transmitter in his coffin in case he awoke so he could broadcast from beyond the grave. True or nah?
Nah, nah.
Okay, you're saying nah. Is that your final answer?
Nah. Well, yes.
True. Okay, so let's go back to question number 1. Jimmy Savile is responsible for all dance and electronic music as we know it today. The answer is true. He really is, and let me tell you why.
Skeptical.
Let me tell you why. The world's first DJ dance party was thrown by Jimmy Savile in 1943.
What music did they play?
He played jazz records.
Oh, are they responsible for the...
No, because let me get to the next part. A few years later, Savile became the first man to use turntables to keep the music in continuous play. So he was the first ever man. So previously in radio, pre-1947, radios would just have one turntable. They play one record. When it stopped, silence. They'd talk, put the next record on. Jimmy Savile was the first man to ever go, hello, let's link up 2 turntables for continuous music, and hence modern dance and DJ music was born.
Let's get 2 premature things on at a go. It's like radio.
This is a drive time. It's a drive time show.
I'm not ideal caller.
He created modern broadcasting and music as we know it. Before that, no one had ever linked up 2 turntables together. So all the dances that came was down
Just
to
in
Savile.
the UK or ever?
Ever. He was the first man to ever link them both up, to have continuous play. And from that came mixing, and from that came house music and trance and all this kind of shit that we know today.
A little bit of feedback.
Got a lot to thank Savile for. What a man. What a man. What a guy.
Actually, a little bit of feedback. Never say that again. Another bit of feedback. Don't start off with Jimmy Savile.
He was a pioneer in my field.
Gambit.
He's a pioneer. So you got that wrong. Okay, so number 2. Radio actually stands for ranging aerial diameting interlacing oscillations. You said true. I can reveal that the answer is nah. That was completely made up.
Well done.
It's it's nonsense.
Come out of the top of your head.
Just big words that in the acronym of radio.
I like big words. I trust them.
so that,
It's gospel to me. Big words.
So that's 2. That's 2 incorrect. Your third, Terry Wogan asked to be buried with a microphone and a fully working transmitter in his coffin, just in case he woke up, so he could broadcast from beyond
I like
the grave.
Terry Wogan, so if this is true, then
Brilliant, isn't it, if it's true?
Fucking idiot. But go on.
This was, you were correct to say this is nah.
Good.
Terry Wogan did not, as far as I know, did not ask for that. He was a very respectable man.
Yeah.
And he died. He died. He didn't plan his death, those things. So you got...
I planned his death, but... Wrong time.
So you got 2, no, you got 1 out of 3, which isn't bad. It's the best we've ever had on the show. So well done. There we go. You are listening to The Barry Show on 97.634 AM FM, Drive Time Show. That was Radio Choo Choo, Radio Nana.
All we hear is Radio True, Radio
Riding on a pony, eating macaroni, Dick Big Sound is funny, it's Pal Simeone. Okay, we got one from my girlfriend again, Emily. She's been on before.
Key contributor.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I recently went to the Harry Potter play, and in it they have the Polyjuice potion, so you can turn into anybody that you want to, essentially. So my question is, if you could be anybody for an hour, who would it be and why?
Okay,
Hello.
I'm just playing that from WhatsApp, and on a side note, the next message after that is a few hours later. That was sent at 7:37 p.m.
Okay.
The next message is at 11:23 from me. It says, "Emily, I'm locked out. Open the back door."
Right. Okay.
Spoiler alert: she didn't open the back door. I was locked out.
For how long? From 7 to 11.
From
Well, I guess so you said that at 11.
Yeah, this was a little while after. So basically, from 11-ish, I tried to get back in, and I thought I'd knock on the front door,
Yeah.
and she didn't answer. Throw a pebble at the window, she didn't answer. So I thought, I'd text her. I'm locked out. Open the back door.
And you think
She didn't do that.
right. You're like, any minute now.
Yeah, so we were out in the
down.
garden. Was having like a little a fire. And
Very nice, yeah.
Celebrating like the temperature coming up a bit, but
Yeah, as
it fell.
So as soon as the sun came down, it must have
The temperature
pretty fucking freezing.
dropped. Yeah. But Emily went to bed early. She had a few drinks. I was like, yeah. And I said, I'll have 20 minutes or so by the fire. Try and enjoy a bit of the heat. I mean, have a little bit of time by myself. She was.
Yeah, it's nice to.
I didn't want to quite go to bed because I wasn't sleepy. Yeah, so I brought everything in from the garden. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed.
You wear everything, so you mean like drinks?
Everything useful. I brought in, locked the door, and just as I was about to go up, I was like, oh, a little bit hungry. So I'll pop to the garage and get something to eat. So I went out, shut the door, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot my wallet. Just get back in. I was like, oh, my keys are inside. Oh, no, that's a problem. So I knocked on the door.
But not to worry because she's in there.
Yeah, she's in there. She'll let me in.
Yeah.
Knocked on the door. No answer. So like knock a bit louder.
Yeah.
And then to the point where I was like smashing the knocker against the door. Didn't answer. So I thought, I've seen it in American films, just throw a pebble on the window.
Yeah, always.
They hear that, that's
always,
loud.
Always works.
It's scary, if anything. If you hear something in the window, you're like, what the fuck is that? And you look out the window. So I threw some pebbles on the window. No answer. Maybe some bigger pebbles that might have been dangerous.
They might have put the window through. But
Yeah. Threw them on. No answer. So then I was shouting, Emily! Answer the door! Open up! Tried to ring her, but her phone was downstairs
Oh no.
on silent,
Oh no.
just the vibrations. But I thought if I keep ringing, maybe the vibrations go through the house.
I mean,
don't
she
they?
didn't hear the rocks against the window, but she might hear the vibrations from
Yeah, sometimes like
downstairs.
the vibrations go through the house.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, they can find the
kind of-
support beams and re-shake them up.
No, she didn't hear that. So I was on the ground floor. Our bedroom's on the first floor. So I thought I could try and knock with something. So I got a broom. I tried to reach up. I was just hitting the brickwork. So I had to
You're
go.
quite tall guys, that's surprising. But okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah. I'm tall at 5'8". but yeah, it wasn't hitting. So I had to go back round to the barbecue and go get the gas canister. I stood on that. Like, if you know, a gas canister is like very thin at the top. So
Yeah.
both feet on that. I was like struggling to keep balance. And I had the broom on the end hand, not the handle end, but the broom end. Full extended arm, just hitting the window. Emily! Bang! 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 Oh, nothing. And I was
fuck's sake.
smashing the window, like, at the point of, like, it will break any second.
but it was worth it. I need to get in.
But my neighbours came out and
Not
started saying, "What the
surprised.
fuck are you doing? You're keeping everyone up. That everyone can hear. It's echoing down the street. You're keeping everyone up." And I was like, "Well, clearly I'm not keeping everyone up." Emily's snug in her bed,
I
all
wish
warm.
I was keeping everybody up.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not.
I didn't know what to do. It was only 11, so I thought I'd text some friends, call some friends.
Hey,
So
what's going
I
on?
text Josh, who you heard earlier. I text you. Oh no, I rang you.
You rang me apparently, yeah.
Nothing. Okay, I rang my mum and dad. No answer.
That's usually,
Shit.
like,
Okay, but
all on my own.
I do have Android Pay or Google Pay now. It's on your phone, so
Okay.
I've done
Right,
the
yeah.
Contactless. Maybe I can go to the garage and get some logs. We were having a little fire.
Oh,
Go
so
out there, or
so you're thinking like
something like
keep
that.
the fire burning and you won't freeze to death.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So I went to the garage.
Try to make a
and-
night of it.
Yeah, so got some logs. Got them all in. Went to pay for them. Phone's not working. Okay, let me tap in different ways.
No.
Shit. Do you have your card? No, wallet's inside. Alright, let me tap this way. Nothing. Nothing. It wasn't working.
Oh no.
Like, shit, what the fuck do I do? So I went back in the back garden. Alright, I'll wait until she realises I'm gone, comes downstairs and goes, "Oh, where's
Yeah, 'cause
Ryan?"
eventually she'd be like, "It's cold in this bed. Where's the other? Where is
Yeah,
it?
where's Ryan? I mean,
going on?"
we've been sleeping together for a long time now. It's weird being on my own. So I was trying to sleep on the deck chair for a little bit. Nothing. So I thought, all right, I have Google Pay. Maybe it just didn't work at that terminal.
Yeah, it's like their thing was faulty, like possibly. It
But I did
wasn't
have my
your
bike.
phone.
I did have my bike. So I don't know if any of the listeners know the geography that well of Thanet, but I
certainly
cycled
not.
from the edge of Westgate to Westwood Cross. I knew this was it Saturday night, so it would have been Sunday morning-ish, about Sunday 1-ish. And so I cycled to McDonald's. I thought I'd get something to eat.
If the work comes to worse, you could just sit in there.
Yeah, I'll sit in the warmth for a bit. Just glorious thing of a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
And some food.
Big
So I went
one.
to pay for that. Phone didn't work again.
Wow.
Tried it multiple times. Tried it different. I did the self-service thing, the little touch screen. I was like, okay, maybe at the angle I can't quite get that. So I went up to the counter and goes, "Oh, my phone's not working. It's right here." Expecting it to go out. There we go.
Ding.
Nope.
Oh no.
I didn't have a wallet. I didn't have any money.
Did they
So,
take pity on you and give you a free anything?
Absolutely not. They just stared at me. And
could
go,
have
it's not working.
Could you stolen some sort of milk sachets or just? Like,
Have you got any money?
Could you have pressed ketchup into your mouth from the little ketchup bit?
I should have done that.
You should have done that. Energy, survival.
Yeah. So I had to drag my tail between my legs.
Oh, that's so awkward and horrible. Oh no.
Cycle all the way back. I tried Emily again.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No answer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
She obviously didn't realise I wasn't there. Wasn't worried. So I went back in the garden and had to sleep on the deck chair. I say sleep. Lay on the deck chair and close my eyes.
Did you get any sleep at any point?
No sleep.
Oh no. Also, like it's still winter, kind of. Well, it's like
I did
spring.
have a blanket though.
You had a blanket.
A very thin blanket.
Ah, then what are you complaining about?
No. And a bicycle cover over me to
Oh,
stop
my
any
God.
rain that was going to come.
That was inevitably going to come.
I tucked my hoodie and my t-shirt into my boxers and tucked my jeans into my socks and was just lying there shivering. Just kind of, any minute now she's going to realise I'm not there. She's going to come down and open the door and I'll be like, "Oh, this is all a funny situation. I've been out here for a couple of hours or so."
So at this point, it's at the point where it's still funny if you got caught. You're like,
Yeah.
here I am, yeah.
bit annoyed, but
I
I mean,
missed out on about 2 hours of sleep, but it's fine. She's
No,
a fucking
I,
crazy heavy sleeper.
really, really heavy. The whole neighbourhood, the neighbours come out and complained. People opposite me said they heard it. Eventually she came down at 6 a.m. So
Oh my god.
those who are good at maths realise that's
Can
about
I do
seven
seven
hours.
7 fucking hours.
Yeah.
7 hours.
I got no sleep, but she came.
7 hours.
Yeah, she come down on the phone.
7
I managed to actually ring her phone as she was coming down. She answered it, and I was like, "Can you open the back door?" And she's like, "Why?" Because I'm outside. And she's like, "Why?"
I got a question. Did you ask it? Did you say it like for any like? Could you open the back door, please? Or did you go? Could you?
No, I was like, "Can you open the back door?" And she's like,
Open the back
"Why?"
door, please.
I was like, "I'm outside."
Open the fucking
Why?
door.
Why are you outside? I've been out here all night, and she's like, "Why have you been out there all night?" I was like, "I got locked out." And she's like, "How?" I was like, "Just open the back door."
Just fucking open the door.
Yeah, and she opened the back door, and I was not in a good mood.
No, I can't.
It was very cold.
7 hours with no food, no drink.
Yeah. Saw the cat staring at me all night out the window, just going, "What's he doing out there?" We're not usually allowed out that much. But he's out there, he's enjoying it, but
She's like,
Go in
"Cat,
here."
go forward."
And I was like
Go
tapping
find
on the
Mommy.
window. I have dogs. Maybe this would have worked, but I was like, "Go and find Emily. Go and find Emily." And they would just look at me again. No. Why are you outside?
What?
Don't really care.
What are you doing there? I can imagine them just
We've got
turning-
food.
Turning
I'm just
around.
going to eat food in front of you.
Thinking
There we go.
of-
Have you got any food? No. We're warm. We've got all this fur.
So it's too hot in here, if anything. All this
I'm just going to go onto the table and look at you. But yeah, eventually I got let in, and
And you didn't kick off with her. You didn't.
no, it wasn't Emily's fault. It was it was my fault. I mean, I left the keys in, and I locked myself out because I'm just not used to the front door that immediately closes and you can't get back in because I'm just used to just opening the handle.
You'll
And
never make that same mistake again.
yeah,
Well, the thing is, if you made that mistake in sort of July, it wouldn't be so bad because it might be quite warm potentially. If
yeah.
your-
So this was
There's loads of things because if your phone was working as well, you could have got a nice meal, got some log, get the fire burning, got some beers. Fucking just make a night of it. You know, at that point.
this was 3 degrees Celsius. I looked it up. I was beneficial that I had my phone at least.
Yeah.
No one would answer when I
And it-
did anything to
at least
them,
you
but I
had power.
had my phone
At least
and
you
I could
had
check the
power.
weather. It was 3 degrees and it wasn't raining. To be fair,
That's really
was good.
That would have been the icing on the cake.
yeah.
The-
Well, no, not the icing on the cake.
no, the opposite of that. The,
Yeah, it would have been funny for you.
yeah, the icing ripped off the cake, but it would have been made it funnier for me. I would have fucking loved it if you'd been lying there in the rain shivering under a bike. Fucking.
I was shivering.
cover.
I was under a bike cover, laying there, just not in the rain.
She had the best night's sleep of her life.
But
That's it.
this was maybe the week after the Beast in the East, so I do count myself lucky in that way.
Because you might have died.
I would, might have died. I might have at least been hospitalised. Maybe lost the end of my fingers or something like that.
Well, the thing is, what
So-
I'll say to you in that scenario is, in the future, if it ever happens, cycle down, go on your bike, and so come to where we record our podcasts, and just get in here,
Just record it. Record a question, maybe.
and just throw in a question or two. Yeah,
Tell you
why
what, my
not?
knackers were not out in the breeze that night. I barely had any knackers. They were up inside me.
There was a breeze, but there was no knacker.
They were solid, cold, and small.
Some little pebbles inside you, little ovaries inside of you.
But anyway, those who listen to the podcast know we go off on a tangent slightly, and we just got asked a question.
Oh fuck! I've forgotten the question. What is the question? What's the question? I know it's from Emily, though, isn't it? Like,
If you had a potion...
sleeping.
Okay, so the question was, if you had a potion that could turn into anyone for an hour, who would it be and why?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, that one, because I always think of the Queen, but I don't think we're that interesting.
That's
to be
usually
her for
when
an
you're fapping, isn't it?
hour. yeah.
You get your 20... I was going to say £20 note, but I know you. £5 note.
A pound coin will do.
Yeah, we go, yeah.
And I'll flip it.
A couple
as
of
well.
coppers. And some money. Hey.
Hey.
His name's Dave. He's off duty.
Lie back and think of England. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think I always go to the Queen when it comes to celebs, but I think fucking boring. It'd be quite boring to be
You're
her
just
for an
waving.
hour. Yeah.
Waving and cutting ribbons.
Limp wrists. You know, she's seen many ribbons, more ribbons than a midwife has seen umbilical cords, and yeah, a bit boring. So no, not her. Then I think like who else is there? I mean, what celebs would be Kim Kardashian for you?
Really?
I'm
For
just,
you?
I'm throwing them out there. You know, the big celebs of the world.
You just want to feel the arse that will break the internet.
I would quite like to feel I would like to feel what that felt.
I think
like.
if any arse could break the internet, it'd be Rikishi, and I know you're not.
Rikishi. Oh my god. Yeah. Would you be Rikishi for an hour?
It'd be Rikishi for an hour.
Is he still alive?
Who could I stink face? I
Is
don't
he
know.
still alive?
I feel like his arse broke his life.
He does broke his own, not just the internet. If the internet was around when he was doing his thing, which
It was very round.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I feel like, I don't know. For me, I've always wanted to know what Darren Brown's mind is like. It's
full of lies.
no one can comprehend
Full
that
of
shit.
lies. Well, the thing is, he actively says that there's no, like, it's all just science. It's all
Exactly.
Just, like, it's all.
Is it,
yeah.
which is worse. He
thing-
knows shit that we don't know.
So-
He knows, like,
The secrets.
if you do stuff, people go, "Oh, that's magic," and you could be that person just doing magic.
And he even
But
says
he knows more than that. He goes, "I know how to do that magic, but it's not magic. It's all. I'm just confusing you. I'm just fooling you."
Yeah, that's
But
quite.
I'm so much more intelligent than you are that I'm just going to fool you and never tell you.
Yeah, he never tells.
Be really nice and funny about it.
Yeah, he's quite charming. They got that charming Englishman kind of vibe. So I would love to be Dan Brown for a day. Yeah, but would you? Right, here's the thing: if I was him, would I then, when I came back to my own body, would I take all the knowledge that I've got from his brain? Would I carry that with me? Would I then know the secrets that Dan Brown knows? Is the question.
Do you know Harry Potter that well?
No.
Does that happen
I have
in
no
the
idea.
potion that she
I've
says?
never heard of this potion. Is it in the films, this potion, or is it just in the stage show?
I've seen the first two. The first one I was watching, and took everything in. The second one I fell asleep a little bit.
You fell asleep?
No, some of it. Some of it. Sorry.
You're amongst friends here, because I ain't on the same.
It might have come up in that moment. Darren Brown might have come on.
Maybe that's why
just
they
said-
combined.
You're out of the spell. And Harry
Yeah,
Potter's like,
yeah.
thank you, Darren. You've saved Hogwarts.
You saved the Wizardry Witchcraft School, which is not the name of the school, but it's something like that.
What house do you reckon Darren Brown would be in?
Slytherin.
I did a test,
He's
and I
dark
got put in
horse.
Slytherin. And I've been bought a Slytherin towel
From,
to make it official.
From Emily.
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool, is it? They're like the horrible little shitheads, aren't they?
Well, you've met me.
The horrible little shithead. Yeah. So you're like happy to be there, right? Because you know
Yeah,
that's where you belong.
I know my place.
She got Gryffindor, right?
She got Gryffindor.
Definitely. I can see that a mile away.
I feel like she
She's
said
too
she
nice.
wanted to be
She's very nice.
Ravenclaw, but I don't know much about this. Is gone off on a tangent, hasn't it?
But it's two people-
I don't know much about
Th-
Ravenclaw,
this
and
podcast-
I watched at least two of the films. Well, one and
Two of
three
the
quarters,
10 of them.
and they don't mention Ravenclaw much. So I don't know why
'Cause
people want to be
this
Ravenclaw.
podcast is now
Hufflepuff.
two people that haven't seen Harry Potter or read it talking about Harry Potter. This is bullshit. I haven't got a fucking clue. I've got
On
no
a
clue.
very much of a side note, there's a YouTube video of Game of Thrones described by people who have not seen it, and it's
Okay.
one of the best videos of it.
That's kind of where we're at with this, with Harry Potter. That's where we're at.
It's like, so there's this giant person, and he's gay but not gay.
Who's that? Who's that supposed to be?
It's Hodor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The actor in real life is gay,
Ah, brilliant. Okay.
but he does DJing.
He does. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. And he throws in the Game of Thrones song into his mix. Apparently, that's like the build-up to the big drop. Apparently, again, we've got off a big tangent here.
So me for Darren Brown. That's my why and who.
I would probably
whom?
be. And you're gonna hate me for this. And be like, oh,
I hate you anyway.
It's not original, but Donald Trump.
No questions asked there. That was Knackers in the Ring. No, why?
I'm fascinated by the man. I want to know what goes on in his head.
That is a good point, actually.
Like, does he know how ridiculous he is? Does he know?
Well, that is a good question of, like, if you went into his mind and then took on those characteristics afterwards, would you become this fucking narcissistic, racist?
If you've listened to any of the previous episodes of this podcast, you know that those things they're already there. But it might accelerate. them.
Narcissistic racist, that's Barry.
It might. It says that on my business card, but it might. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd like to know if he's self-aware of how absurd he is, and it's sort of his game plan.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like
He must know.
it must be a game plan, and he's just playing on the racism of, like, the extreme right, and
don't
that's
know.
how he's got in. I don't know if he.
I don't know if it's that. Like, I think like it benefits to him playing the left as well, because if you keep.
But
throwing
no,
out-
he can't get the left because he's come right after Barack Obama.
No, but my point is, like, by throwing out some shit every week, every day almost, it keeps the left, like, you throw them scraps of meat and they go to the next bit, you throw them another bit, they go to the next bit. They never stick on one bit enough to bring you down or develop
Yeah.
So, like, he knows what he's doing, 'cause I
knows
think it
what he's
works.
doing, yeah.
If you just keep throwing out shit, they jump to the next one. Like, they're like frogs on a lily pad, and you throw that lily pad and they jump to that one. They go, he said this, and you'll throw another one out, and they jump to that one and go, oh, but he said this. And there's so much now that you can't focus on one thing to bring it down, because, like, whatever comes about, there's
He's
enough.
genius in a way. It's like
It's clever. There's enough things that could have
He's numbing us to any sort of scandal.
One of the things that have come out would have brought most presidents down potentially. Like this Stormy Daniels, I've banged hookers and paid them off $100,000. That might have brought down Obama. For him, it's like another day in the office, and in about a month's time, there'll be something else.
Nothing could bring in. I even
Maybe
think
something
he'll get
else.
in for a second term. I think America is that
going,
mental.
He's going for it, isn't he? I think he's going for the second term. I think he said that he would
Of course
run
he is.
for it.
And then fucking Kanye West will get in after him.
And then
who's, in my opinion, more of a bell end.
he's a prick. And then Oprah, and then what other celebs can we get? It's all about celebs. Maybe by that point, Kim Kardashian will be a little bit older.
I'm fine
a
with
little bit
Oprah,
wiser.
but
no,
politically, I don't know.
she has no. She's got no.
At least a nicer person.
Yeah, in that she is, but she has no experience in the world of politics.
But then
Can
we're
we
talking
just-
about America. What Ronald Reagan was a fucking
Yeah, that's the thing.
actor, and
It's like it's not a new thing, is
it's
it?
Not,
Like
it's
celebs.
not normal. We have to pick our favourite celebrity of who we'd have as president of the
I think at this
fucking
point,
free
like,
world.
If you accept that, okay, the West, like, well, in America but they pick celebs. Let's just have a game show. Let's have an X Factor type thing for the president.
Let's have like a
Why
Ninja
not?
Warrior.
Yeah, with some intellectual games you got to do.
Let's have a fucking Olympics.
Let's have a Hunger Games.
Let's have Olympics. Let's get them on Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Let's get them on One Bounce.
Let's test their brain skills. Mario Kart.
Yeah, categories.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a
on
game
that.
of Monopoly. See how they fare with the kind of politics of the game of Monopoly. 'Cause that's
Donald Trump would trump that.
Oh, he would. He loves his property, doesn't he? Yeah. Okay, but don't let him be the banker because I wouldn't trust him.
No.
I wouldn't trust. The banker always wins. Well, that's how we should. That has a better outcome than just putting it to the vote. Oh, whoever gets my most wins.
I wonder what the White House's email address is. Can we get in touch and just go?
If I had to
When's
guess-
the next election?
About another 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years.
So if we get in touch with now and say we'll set it up, we'll host you. Come over to Broadstairs.
It's probably donald.trump@whitehouse.gov.uk.
Dot get them out.
I can't think of the dot. Not dot
Dot
UK,
US.
Dot US. Dot US.
Dot USA as well.
Dot USA.
Exclamation mark.
And can we, all the fans that listen, and there's a lot of you, could you please email the same thing and let's make this a movement. Let's get this started. The march, the 10 people march to get this started. Let's do it. Let's bloody do it. Should we do it?
Just do it.
Today's a day that Knackers in the Breeze went from trivial, banal entertainment podcast to political, revolutionary ball player in the field of politics.
Okay. And Emily, I hope that's what you expected from the question about Harry Potter's potion.
We're going to change the world! That was Knackers in the Breeze for your joy and pleasure right in your ear holes. And what an episode it was. What a bloody episode. Oh, we laughed, we cried. What we want to hear from you people is it's not your tears, it's not your stories of of sadness or your stories of sleep. We want to hear your feedback as always and your questions for next week. I'm sure you've got them. We've all got them. Let me hear your would you rathers. Let me hear your stories if you've got questions for us.
Not just would you rathers.
Yes.
Just any questions.
Any
you wanna
questions,
post us.
what size feet is right,
Situations.
like how often does he cry? Any questions you've got, we'll answer them for you. And I want to also hear your feedback. If you had a different take on an answer that we gave for a would you rather question, hit us. Bloody hit us. And the email that you could hit us on is knackersinthebreeze@gmail.com. And I forgot how you spell knackers. I always forget.
KNACKERS inthebreeze@gmail.com.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And we look forward, we await, and we get more and more every week. So this week we're hoping for even more. We can't wait to hear from you. The more the merrier. We love you. Never forget that.
Hey guys, you really gave that question some thought. I didn't expect you to go into so much detail. And I've also never heard anybody say that they'd join in. That's a first, but whatever floats your boat. Me personally, I'd rather watch every night for the rest of my life. Yeah, it'd be gross and it would be an inconvenience, but before you know it, it'd be daily routine. So there you go. That is the response to my own messed up question.